Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really big topic, one that's pretty much everywhere now, artificial intelligence, AI. We've gathered some, key excerpts that look at the basics and the bigger picture of AI.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
So our goal here really is to unpack what AI actually is, how it works, how it learns, and what impact it's having, trying to give you a clear, quick understanding based on this material.
Absolutely. And it's crucial because AI isn't just like some future concept anymore, is it?
No, definitely not.
It's actively running services you likely use every single day, and it's changing whole industries. Understanding the basics is pretty important now.
Okay, so let's jump right in then. Fundamentally, what is AI? The sources we looked at, they describe it as engineering machines, computer systems, basically,
Right.
to do tasks that normally require human intelligence. So learning, solving problems, making decisions, that sort of thing.
Exactly. It's not about just running code blindly. It's about systems that can analyze info and, crucially, adapt.
Adapt, yeah. And the material really seemed to focus on how modern AI gets that intelligence.
Well, yeah, and a huge part of that is machine learning. That came up again and again.
Machine learning.
It's essentially algorithms finding complex patterns, really complex patterns, inside these massive data sets.
So instead of coding every single rule,
Precisely. You don't program every possibility. The machine kind of builds its own models, its own rules from all the examples it sees.
okay, so that's where the real power comes from, isn't it? This iterative learning from data. And that allows AI systems to make predictions or decisions about new stuff they haven't seen before.
Exactly. And that makes the quality and just the sheer amount of the training data super important.
Right. Makes sense. Garbage in, garbage out, maybe.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a constant concern. But this learning ability is why AI is popping up in so many different places doing practical things.
Like voice assistants, Siri, Alexa, that kind of thing.
Perfect example.
When you ask a question, the AI is figuring out your natural language, right? Based on patterns from tons of speech examples it learned from.
Yep. And then it figures out how to respond. It's really complex pattern matching and generation happening almost instantly.
Okay. And moving beyond consumer tech, the sources also pointed to healthcare.
Oh, definitely. A big area. One example was using AI for analyzing medical images.
Like x-rays or scans.
Exactly. Helping radiologists maybe spot tiny anomalies, things that are hard to see. It could potentially speed up diagnosis and improve accuracy because the AI compares the scan against, vast libraries of known cases.
Wow, that's really significant. And then there's the whole self-driving car push.
Oh, yeah. Another huge AI application. Massive challenge, too.
Right, because those cars are constantly taking in sensor data cameras, LiDAR, radar.
All of it, yeah.
And processing it in real time with AI models to understand, what's around them and decide where to go.
Constantly learning and deciding based on tons of prior training, but also adapting on the fly.
So the potential seems enormous, clearly transformative, but the material we reviewed definitely didn't shy away from the challenges either.
No, not at all. And there are some pretty significant ones that come with these powerful learning systems.
Like privacy, for one, that stood out.
Absolutely.
With AI systems needing so much data, often personal data, to learn effectively, well, keeping that info secure and just understanding how it's being used is a major hurdle the sources highlighted.
It really is. And another big one that came up repeatedly is the impact on jobs.
Ah, yes, automation.
Right. As AI gets better at tasks humans do now, especially, repetitive tasks or data analysis.
There's a real possibility of workforce changes, jobs being displaced. It's a challenge society is grappling with.
Definitely. And maybe one of the trickiest challenges is how these AI systems make decisions. The ethics of it.
You mean bias?
Exactly. If the data used to train the AI has existing societal biases baked into it.
Which it often does.
Right. Then the AI can end up just perpetuating those biases or sometimes even making them worse.
Leading to unfair outcomes in really important areas like, say, loan applications or hiring decisions.
The sources really stressed how vital careful design and ongoing monitoring are to try and catch that.
It's all about navigating these issues responsibly as the tech race is ahead, isn't it?
That seems to be the core message, yeah.
So wrapping this up for you listening, AI is clearly changing things fast. It's making some parts of life easier, enabling breakthroughs. But As this material makes clear, that power brings real challenges. Privacy, jobs, fairness in decisions. Understanding all these different facets is becoming pretty important for everyone, not just the tech folks.
So just to recap quickly, we saw AI defined as machines learning to think, driven largely by machine learning from data patterns.
Right.
We touched on examples you use daily, like voice assistants, but also critical areas like healthcare diagnostics and complex systems like self-driving cars.
And the challenges. Can't forget those.
No, the big ones discussed were data privacy, potential job shifts, and the really crucial need to tackle bias in AI systems.
Okay, so AI is evolving incredibly quickly, getting woven more and more into our lives. Thinking about those challenges we just mentioned, biased AI, potential job changes, here's something maybe to reflect on. What responsibility do you think the developers creating AI, the companies using it, and maybe society overall have in steering its future? How do we manage these issues effectively? Something to think about as AI keeps moving forward.